I'm Betsy Lynn, and I was part of Wet Cement when it started at the very beginning in 2009. Wet Cement began out of a desire to give resources to parents for kids who were not in school yet. I think that at the time we were doing a really good job with kindergarten through 12th grade students, but we didn't have anything for the little ones. The goal was to develop strong relationships. Potter's House has always been built on relationships, and Wet Cement was no different. So Wet Cement is kind of a funny name, but I felt like actually Jesus gave me that name. When you pour a foundation, the cement is wet, and in those first 5 years, you have a lot of opportunity to help shape a child's future in a lot of ways, and so that's where the name came from.
Hi, my name is Jaquela, and I was in the first graduating class of Wet Cement. The people I remember from Wet Cement are Shanti, Malia, Azaria, and Jemiah, and we still see each other at Potter's House.
I am Tashia Johnson. I started as a parent at Wet Cement, volunteered from here and there to now a staff member. The first year was, I would say, kind of like a startup for these guys, just to see what can go on, and it's always been great academically. I can say that. These guys have always taught our guys. It was a place of love and encouragement. Today, it's a full running preschool. Full running preschool with God's hands all over it. I love that our volunteers are here to care and support and just to love on our children just as much as we do.
I'm Diane Cooper, and I get to be the director of Wet Cement right now. We do Wet Cement because it provides an opportunity of social and educational enrichment. And so Wet Cement opens our doors, and we have kids come in who get to play and have social relationships and also learn things at the same time. It's really fun.
I've been doing Wet Cement for about 2.5 years, and it's been such a blast. Wet Cement is important because it's just taught me so much about life, working with these young people. It's cool to see how they have their own thought processes and they have their own personalities at such young ages. I mean, like 6 months old and a year, and already being aware of themselves and what's around them. So it's really cool to see how God can even work in the mind of a 2-year-old.
Wet Cement has played a big part as far as academically wise, and even just teaching our kids the goodness of God. We've met great people here. Started with Catherine Renfro. We have known Catherine since Jaquela was 2. So she's been a big part of our life. So I think that's a great example of doing life together, you know?
They taught me how to be kind, and that if anything's wrong, to tell an adult, or then they taught me how to read, write, and count. Wet Cement has impacted me by helping me open up to people, because before that I was really shy, and even today I'm not as shy because of Wet Cement.
I see a 2-year-old student who is very aware of what it means to share and to be polite and to be gentle and to be kind and compassionate. Before working with Wet Cement, I don't know what age I thought we started learning these things, but I definitely didn't think it was 1 and 2 years old. But to see that we can be taught these things at such a young age, it's kind of challenged me and made me want to be more intentional with how I behave.
It brought a richness to our family, just the relationships that we've had and got to develop with the Wet Cement kids' families has changed us forever, because we made friends with people maybe we would never have had the opportunity to do that. We had something in common.
I love doing Wet Cement because it involves so many different levels of relationships. Number one, I get to have relationships with the little people, and but then it goes beyond that with the families and the extended families, and then also with our volunteers, and then just the community as a whole.
And so it's important because it kind of shapes, or it does shape how I kind of look at the world now and how I understand God's little sweet babies.
I 100% did not imagine what Wet Cement was going to become at the beginning. I didn't even imagine a preschool. And I think it's awesome how, you know, God uses different people at different stages to breathe new ideas and new life into something. And I don't know what Wet Cement will look like 10 years from now. But my prayer is that whatever it looks like, that it will be impacting the kids of Northwest Arkansas in the same types of ways that it has from the beginning, that kids will have a community, that they will grow up in a community where they feel loved and cherished and where they know that Jesus delights in them, because I think that gives them a confidence and a security that the world can't take away when hard things come.
I'm just excited to be a part of Wet Cement, and I'm glad to see and excited to see what God has next in future for these guys.
It's a really, really wonderful thing what Wet Cement gets to do.
God is working. He's working in this place. I can feel it.